Yes, sir. We are back in the house once again. It is prime time hoops with your boy Marcus Mack and Kenny Casanova. We are pushing on today, minus the con man. We miss you, brother, and we can't wait for you to join us next week. As you guys know, we are the new trio that brings you nothing but the best about prime time hoops. And Kenny, it's a special day. We moved our time because we wanted to be able to recap
Mhm.
game two and game one. So, fans out there, if you're wondering why this is going on Saturday, if you have to catch it on a recap, you wonder why we didn't go on Friday. We do apologize. I guess we should communicate things like that better. Probably should get stuff like that out to the
Yeah,
viewers that
for sure.
we when we change days. But we apologize. But hey, you know what? The show goes on, and
Yeah.
needless to say, it was a thrilling game last night. Knicks won by 1 point over the San Antonio Spurs. Kenny, what was your thoughts with that game last night?
What a game. What a game. A game of runs. I mean, you got the Spurs that came out early. They won, the first quarter 34-25. So you're like, okay. Then the Knicks come back and they win the second quarter 31-18. And then the Knicks come back, they follow up with the momentum in the third in the second half with a 28-23. And then the Spurs actually won the fourth quarter 29-21. But what it came down to for me watching that game, and we talked about it pre-show, Spurs, young mistakes. Young mistakes, man. And you're watching it, and you're watching a team literally have to learn how to grow on the spot. To me, like I told everybody before the playoffs started, I said either the Spurs is out in the first round or they're going to the NBA Finals. That's how talented they are. But that was just straight talent based. Now that they're in the finals, they're against a team who has veterans. None of these guys from the Knicks have been to the finals either, but they are veteran squad. They've been together for a while now. This core has been together. A lot of the core been together since college, and so they got a rapport with each other. And last night, you just seen in certain moments the Knicks were just always a little sharper, just a little bit more buttoned up, and just a little bit more put together. I like the fight in the Spurs, and so I see the fight. They're trying to actually really win these games, y'all. This is not a team
Trying
that
to
looks
adjust
like
my
they're out
camera.
of their
It's
element.
still picking you up. Some stuff.
Yeah, it's not like they're out of their element and everything like that. Um, but I like what the Knicks are doing right now. They're being the more physical basketball club. They're being the more 50-50 balls. They're getting to them. Everything in this series is coming down to just who wants it just a little bit more. And the Knicks just want it just a little bit more. But I'm gonna tell you this though. I think this series is far from over because I think the Spurs might mess around and win the next two, even if it's in New York. I have a
Well, that well
feeling
that
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 this is going to be
that's
a
the
one-way
crazy, but that's
series.
the crazy part about it is that
Yeah,
we've obviously seen that the Spurs can. The Spurs. I mean, this is how the Spurs got there in the first place. Is that the Spurs can go on some. They can go on weird spurts. They can get hot and then they can get cold. I mean, if you would have after 5 games against the Thunder, you'd have thought, yeah, this is over. The Thunder got this,
yeah,
and
yep.
yet the Spurs were able to hang around. They were able
Hang
to
around.
get it to a game 7,
Yep.
and then they pulled it off. And so them losing for the first 2 games, like you said, that does not mean that this series is over. Now I will say this much:
It's going to be
they
tough.
are going back to New York,
Yes.
and if they lose on Monday,
Oh, yeah.
it
Bye.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Bye.
is. Now it
Yeah.
might not be a sweep. It might not be a sweep, but I'm gonna tell you right now. If
Unlikely.
they go down 3-0, if they go down 3-0, it's done.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I definitely agree with that. I mean, to me, I thought game two was really a must win for them just to even the series out. But
Well, yeah, because
when I
especially
watched
you
it,
got home court
got
advantage.
home court advantage, and that's the thing. And then I'm watching the games. I'm like, these games are so close that it wouldn't shock me if it flipped the other direction the next two games. That's how closely matched these teams are. But it just comes down to cleaning up the little mistakes. Like Wimby, on that play, you're the guy. I need you to understand situational basketball and understand that you did have a timeout. I need somebody to be communicating that from the bench. Assistant coaches, y'all do nothing but communicate situational basketball. To them, I would have looked up Wimby. Wimby, it's one of those things where breathe. You got the control. Either you miss and go to OT, or you. But the one thing you can't do is turn the ball over.
Yep,
That's the
can't
one
turn the
thing you
ball.
can't do in that situation. And that's just learning. But it's learning on the job. We watched it because we watched this team really just grow up before our eyes. We're watching them grow, but you're watching actual real growth in real time. Sometimes it don't come out the way it should. It don't come out the way that we think it should because we think, oh no, they're so experienced. No, they're not that experienced, y'all. This team
No, they're
is
not.
literally the oldest guy on the team is Harrison Barnes, and he probably like 34. So and everybody else is 20 and like these guys are young. And so they're getting their first playoff run, playoff push, but they're good enough to win the series. They're good enough to win the series still. But I think the Knicks got a stranglehold on this thing, and I'm a little worried if I'm the Spurs. A
Well,
little
I
worried
mean,
now.
the thing was is that going into this, right? You knew going into the matchups, the Knicks had a, you know, one big component that the Knicks carried with them was the fact that they had multitudes of two-way wing players on their
Yes,
team.
yes,
And so you knew that was already gonna be a problem for the Spurs because the Spurs were going against a team now that could cover the perimeter and be able to play on the inside. So that was gonna really kind of negate a lot of the speed that they possessed when it came to Fox and Vassell and even Stephen Castle. So
yeah,
being able to knock down for shots from the outside, space the floor is going to be imperative. And it looked like they kind of had found their way, especially in that
yeah,
first quarter.
yeah,
When they started out, it's like, man, that
yeah,
ball movement was crisp. They had the Knicks on their heels. That first game when Jalen Brunson was injured for a good part of it. I thought that was a game that they had a chance to deal with. He came back, the wheels just fell off, and I believe what we're seeing too is a, like I said, a big product of youth and
yeah,
guys that aren't they were not prepared for the big moment. You look at it, I mean, I mean, I didn't even realize, but Jalen Brunson made a statement about Karl Anthony Towns. He said he'd been in the league for 11 seasons. And
yeah,
when I was like, wow, wait a minute, what? He's been in the
yeah,
league for 11 seasons. So you're dealing with a veteran squad
yeah.
that's got a chance. And remember that the funny part about this, even though they're a veteran squad, who's got a OG Ananobi? Is that the only one that's got a ring?
Did OG get a ring with the Raptors? Was he there?
Was he there? I thought he was there when Kawhi was on that team. I could be wrong.
I think he was gone already.
I could be wrong about that. I know it was Pascal Siaka was on that team.
I think he might have left that. He might have left that off season.
He might have left and
Yeah,
maybe
Pascal was on there. And I think OG was gone.
yeah. I think OG might have been
Yeah,
gone. So
yeah,
so
OG was gone.
I don't think anybody on their starting roster has a ring.
No, because
I don't,
Josh Hart,
and maybe
Josh
any.
Hart
I don't
was
even
gone
know if
from
there's
the
anybody on
Lakers.
the team that's got one. I'm looking at their roster and I'm trying to see. I'm like, I don't think nobody on that. I don't think nobody on this Knicks team has a ring. And if I'm wrong about that, then I apologize
I
to
mean,
our
I'm
viewers
looking
out
at
there.
two at the roster. I don't see nobody on there with one. But the Spurs got one, which is weird, which is crazy. Harrison Barnes got one.
Yeah.
That's the only guy.
Well, you and when you're a young team, you need a guy like that
You do.
on
You
your
need.
team.
Yeah, you do. You do. You need him for
And
leadership purposes
and I and
specifically.
and I agree with you. I don't believe this series is over. I
I
think
don't
we're a
think it
long
is
way. I think
either.
we're far from
Weirdly,
that.
I weirdly don't think it's over like everybody else. Because I know a lot of Knicks fans. They already bringing out the brooms. They doing all that. I'm telling you, Monday is going to be a game that the Knicks going to have to take that one like they took the first two. They're gonna have to fight.
The
Then the
Spurs are gonna be
Spurs are
the
not
Spurs
going
gonna be
laying
playing
down.
with like their life depend on.
Yeah,
They're gonna play like their
the
playoff
desperation.
lives depend on it.
Yes, yes, and you're gonna get their best shot. Now, if you can withstand that, Knicks, you can withstand the best shot. That's different. Then you got it. But you're gonna get the best of these guys, man. And you got to realize it's Madison Square Garden. They love playing there. Like away teams love playing in New
All
York.
big stars. No, all
Yes,
big stars. All big
all big
stars.
stars.
Do
This is the time.
definitely expect Wimby. Expect
Yes, I was
Wimby
just
to
about to
try
say
to
that.
go and
I was
ham.
about to say that.
Expect Wimby to try to go
Yes,
ham in the guard.
yes, I was just about to say that. That is my point. Wimby, to me, he is going to show up Monday night on a mission. I'm not getting swept. He's already got this. I'm not getting swept, and the series ain't over. Don't let them mess around and get two in New York, because I promise you, they're coming back. Game 5 in San Antonio with a lot of confidence. So you're hoping if you're the Knicks, you can split these. You hope you split them.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
you actually hope you win both.
if
But
I'm the Knicks, I'm trying. If
yeah,
I'm the
yeah,
Knicks,
no, I
I'm
get what you
trying to
said.
close
Yeah,
it
you
out.
want to win both.
I'm trying to close
Yeah,
it out at home.
yeah, you're trying to win
Win the
both.
next two. Win the next two and celebrate.
Yeah, yeah, you want to win both, man. But if you have to split, make sure you split. Don't let them get two on your court too. That's all I'm saying. Don't let them get two on your court, because if they do, all right, now the series has started for real. Now it's the best out of three, and they got two at
And
home.
I'm gonna say something that it's probably gonna hurt a lot of feelings out there, Kitty. But I gotta keep it real, okay?
Hmm.
Um, the Knicks, the Knicks definitely need to win this championship way more than the Spurs. The
Yeah.
Spurs are, I believe, the Spurs are going to be back. They're going to be back into the finals again. Definitely, Victor Wembanyama is going to be back in the finals.
Oh
Maybe I
yeah.
don't know if this whole variation of the Spurs team will be
Yeah.
back, but Victor Wembanyama will be back in the championship with the Spurs.
Probably it'll be next
Um,
year.
this Knicks team doesn't win this championship right now, like if this is their shot, they don't take this championship. I don't think it's going to happen again.
No.
And definitely not this team, not this variation of this
No.
squad. Like I think if they win this now, I think if they win this now, the starting five could lean on this and probably squeeze another 3 years out the Knicks organization of staying
Yeah.
together 4 years.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, the way the NBA is shaping up, and depending on what happens with the Giannis is gonna where Giannis lands is gonna dictate a lot of the NBA landscape.
Yeah.
And so I just think that the Knicks right now at this very moment, this is their best shot. Like go for it all, win that championship because this team, this variation of this team right here, I don't think we'll ever get another chance to win a championship again.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. This their one shot, their one opportunity, for real. And with the Nick, the one thing about the Knicks that I know they're up 2-0, and I shouldn't be critical, right? But the one thing that I think they should be taking advantage of that they're not right now, and I don't understand it because I'm looking at both rosters. OG Ananobi should be averaging 30 in this series. Easy. Because they don't have a body on the Spurs roster that can guard OG Ananobi. That is the mismatch. It's been there. Their wings, that's why Mikal Bridges had 20 last night. Because that is their advantage. Them guys being bigger, stronger, not necessarily Mikal Bridges, but OG Ananobi being the bigger, stronger physical guy, to me should be leading the team in points. He should be leading.
Mm-hmm.
He should be. Because at the end of the day, the problem is they just don't have enough bodies. They don't have the bodies to cover
They
him.
don't.
They got Vassell on him right now. I'm like, nah, that's not gonna work. And then
Well,
sometimes they put Champagne on him.
well, and let's just call that what it is.
Yeah.
That dude, Champagne, he is one of those. You know what he is? He's one of those players where, man, you know what? We excelled a lot faster than we thought. We don't have
Hmm.
anybody else on our team that plays better than him at that spot. We didn't
Yeah,
do nothing at the trade deadline because we wanted to hold on to our assets and our pieces for our future, or maybe we just didn't have nothing to offer at the trade deadline. But but he should not be starting. He definitely
no,
shouldn't be starting in the finals. The guy is a bench player, a guy off the bench. He's an eighth player off the bench at best,
yeah.
being forced into a fifth role. And I just and that's not the way that should be. And it
I
just
would
really
think
makes
about
me it
Dylan
really
Harper.
makes me wonder. It just really makes me wonder about Keldon Johnson. And it's just a shame and what happened to him and the promise that was supposed to be him, to the
Yeah,
fact that he can't even get minutes over a guy that
consistent. Yeah,
can't shoot. There's not an offensive threat whatsoever. And you would have thought that with all the hype of Keldon Sheldon, the promise that this is what he's turned into. That's
yeah,
been a huge disappointment.
yeah,
It's
man.
just been a shame because if you replace Champagne with someone like a Makai Bridges, oh my God, now this Spurs
Oh
team
yeah,
is woo. And so that's why I did say that I know Victor Wembanyama is gonna get back to the championship, but it's probably not gonna be what's around him at this current moment, starting with Champagne.
yeah. I think Dylan Harper had the highest plus minus last night, plus 12
And
for the Spurs.
he's gonna be a great six man for them. And I
But
think
to
that's why
me, I
he's a
don't think you're
perfect
gonna be able to
six.
keep him out the starting lineup. I don't. I
Who
don't
does he replace?
he's gonna have to replace to me Champagne, to
Because
be honest with you,
yeah,
because
but they're already guard heavy,
they
and you
are.
consider
Well, you
and
playing
they're already
Champagne.
guard heavy.
Yeah. I feel like this. I feel like you playing Champagne. Champagne's a guard. He's not a forward. But they got him playing. I mean, if you look at it, like he's a little
You
guy.
are right about this, though.
Yeah,
You are
they
correct
basically
about
playing
this.
four guards and Wimby. And Wimby a guard, to be honest.
But that's my point.
Uh,
That's exactly why Champagne is of it is probably going to be the guy moved because they do need to get a more productive, bigger size body forward in
yeah,
that lineup with Wimby. I
yeah.
mean that
They
can
can help with
score,
the boards.
they can score. He's a body
Yeah,
that can bang.
yeah,
They need a big that can bang. It can put up points. And they could probably find out in the draft. I mean, maybe free agency, but that's what they
yeah,
need on their team.
yeah. Yeah, they need a guy that can help Wimby with the boards too, because there's no reason why I mean, the way they're rebounding, they're gang rebounding on Wimby right now. So it's not one guy down there for the Knicks just trying to get boards. It's multiple guys, and Wimby's by himself.
Yeah, no,
So they're gonna have to
no,
figure that part out.
they what Mike Brown. Mike Brown is out there.
And
I'm
he's
gonna tell you,
coaching.
this is his masterpiece.
Yes.
This is Mike Brown's. If anybody, if every I feel like every championship team, whether people pay attention or not, it has some redemption story on it, has some
Yes.
special bright moment on it. And that's what's happening right now with the Knicks is that. And if this Knicks team wins, everybody needs to give Mike Brown all the
All the credit.
flowers because
All of
that dude he has been openly. I mean, oh, we on YouTube, so I can speak free. I'm so used to being on the radio, but
it.
he has openly been screwed
Yeah.
so many times.
Yeah.
I mean, Cavs, Sacramento, Joe, where he
That
unjustifiably got
Sacramento was crazy.
fired. When
Yeah.
he unjustifiably got fired
Yeah.
after coaching his butt off and
Yes.
doing a tremendous job, and then they still
Irrelevant.
had it. They were like, "Oh man, here's the pink slip. You go bye bye." It is like, whoa, wait a minute, man. Why are you doing this to this guy? This guy's good. And so to see him and after taking, like I mean, he could at a certain point he couldn't even get a head coaching job. He was literally an assistant for Golden State
Yeah.
after having the credentials he had. People forget this man coached LeBron James.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was riding the pine as an assistant for Gold State. But you know what that did for him? That taught him how to win championships.
Yeah,
Was that little stint on the pine. Even though I felt like to me it was a slap in the face, like this guy's a head coach. But you know what? You know what I think it did for him? It gave him that last little bit that he was missing, that he hadn't experienced himself, and that was seeing that and feeling that and experiencing that championship moment. And once he got that, now he's got his moment.
yeah.
He's leaning on all that experience, and
And
he's using it against the Spurs. He's using it against their team and their coach.
yeah, he's pushing all the right buttons right now. Like you can tell
All the right buttons.
when the coach has his pulse on the team, like he got his finger right on the pulse of the team. He knows what button to push, when to push it, how, all of that. Because if you look at it, Brunson did not have like a great game. I mean, he was 7 to 25.
Brunson
He
was
was a
horrible.
minus.
If you consider what a Brunson type performance
Yeah,
usually, what it takes for the Knicks to usually win is that special Brunson type performance. It was average. It was good, but it was just like, okay, like you said, 20 points, nothing spectacular. He
yeah,
didn't shoot that
negative
good.
negative 10 plus minus. Like to me that after the first two games, I mean, Carly Towns got to be considered for the MVP of these
Well, yeah,
finals.
and I'm gonna tell you
Got
what,
to be
and
considered.
let's not get good too let's not go too hard on uh on Brunson, because I still think that ankle, or whatever, what was his ankle
Yeah,
that he hurt?
he hurt
I
a
think
knee and ankle. It
it
was
was.
both.
I think that injury is a lot worse than they're trying to play it out.
Yeah,
And I think that the team knows that for them to win now, they're gonna have to play collectively as a team. And like
yeah,
you said, at this current moment, this is Carl Anthony Towns' moment, and he's rising to it.
he's excelling.
He's
Yeah,
rising to it at this
yeah,
point.
yeah. I said that. I said Carly Towns at the first two games. I mean, if I had to do an early, MVP of this thing is him. I mean, not just for his offense, but his defense on Wemby has been pretty good.
Well, that was the thing, is that I came in and I'm like, how is this going to play out for Carl Anthony Towns? I mean,
Yeah,
either he's going to get torched, or he's going to go out there and have this Dikembe Mutombo moment in these finals. And so far, he's dug deep. He's
yeah,
dug deep in the tank, and he's been able to come out and help guide the Knicks to two big wins on the road. And like I said, if they win this series, he's gonna be a major player in a part of it. And if they sweep, like you said, at this current moment, I'd have to say he's probably gonna end up being the MVP of the finals.
yeah, man. This is an amazing first two games, both from highly competitive. Just comes down to the moments, man. Both of the games, game one and game two, came down to moments. Brunson had his moment in game one. Those 13 points he dropped in the fourth were huge buckets. Were
Yes.
huge buckets. But then you got in game two, where it just came down to those moments and Shamit. You had Mikal Bridges. You had Carl Towns hitting shots. Even OG Anunoby joined the party. I mean, I'm all these guys as a collective came together and understood what the moment was in these games. And what you just need from the Spurs is you need you're gonna need somebody
Yeah, give me,
outside
give
of
me,
Wimby.
give me outside of Wimby. Who do they need the most to give them an impact for them to win this next game?
So for them to win this next game, to me, I would have to say it has to be. It has to be. Sadly, we just talked about it, man. Champagny has to give you more than 8 if he's going to be on court for 36 minutes. He has to give you more than 8. If he's going to be on the court for 36 minutes, 8 points is unacceptable. He has to give
But
you more.
can
To me, he has to
but
go
can
outscore
but
Shamit.
can Champagne give you more than that?
I watched him in game 7 give you 20. So he got moments even in these playoffs where you're like, okay, you can hoop. Even in game 1, he had 16 in game 1. It ain't like the guy can't play. My thing with him is you're gonna have to outscore Shamit off the bench because Dylan Harper is going to cancel out one of the wings for them. He's because even in this game, Dylan Harper had the highest plus minus. He scored 15, so he canceled out. He's canceling out OG Anunoby. You see what I'm saying? But
Yep.
what you need from him is to for Champagny to cancel out one of the other guys off the bench.
Yeah.
You have to have
No,
that.
you have to have that. You have to have that contrast and make that change. Otherwise, otherwise the Knicks are running away with this. And
Yeah.
so I'm just, I am excited to see what's gonna happen on Monday. I'm pulling for the Spurs, but at this point, I kind of feel like the Knicks are gonna win this series.
Hmm.
When we come back next week, like I said, we're gonna be coming back on Friday. And we're gonna be setting up same bad time, same bad channel with the Con Man. I
Hmm.
want to thank all of our viewers out there. Like I said, we did a quick time change. But we're gonna be right back on the same things next week. Katie Casanova, I want to thank you for joining. I'm
Yes,
Marcus Mack.
sir.
Make sure you check us out. We are always live and about. Go find us all on our social media platforms. Very simple. Just simply search Marcus Mack, Kenny Casanova, Eric Michael, the Kind Man. All right, we'll be back the same bad time, same bad channel next week. We'll be breaking down more of the finals. Hopefully, we'll be talking about an extended finals and not a sweep, but we
Right.
will
Hopefully.
see. As we got game 3 set up for Monday at the
Yes.
Garden, 8:30. Make sure to check it out. All right, brother Casanova, you have a good one, my friend,
All
and
right.
we
You
out.
too, man.